welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hey, what's up? My name is Tanya, and thank you all so much for joining in and watching this video. As always, there will be timestamps listed down below so you can jump around, and if you love what you see, smash the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and thumbs this video up. I do try to post as regularly as possible with as many new releases, as many products as possible, so being subscribed, turning that notification bell on will go a long way in ensuring that you never miss out on all the fun family content, fun, everything that happens. This channel is so much fun. I'm losing my mind. It is late at night. I need to stop with these late night recordings. I don't know what I'm thinking. I like start early afternoon, and then before I know it, it's like midnight, and I start my intros and I can't even talk anymore. The RA in my jaw is seizing up and I'm like, oh, but you know, that's what you get when you come to this channel. So hey. Alright, so oh my gosh, I am blown away. Well, first of all, I do have an update. So you guys know I'll link the corresponding video. I already reviewed the Scott Barnes palette for sculpting, highlighting, and the blush palette. I was blown away by the formula in all three palettes. I thought that it was just the most beautiful formula. It was so silky and buttery at the same time, and finely milled and pigmented, but so blendable. And like the highlighting palette was like the most blinding thing you could ever see, even on camera. I've never, you guys know, like I review everything highlighter, unless it's Jeffree Star. But aside from that, I'm like highlight, 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 highlight. And I've never seen anything like Scott Barnes highlighting palette before, or the glowy and showy, I should say. And so I'm gonna link that video down below. And I did mention how it had such a strong odor of like a paint thinner. My husband said it was kind of like a watered down paint thinner when he smelled it. And today when I opened up the eyeshadow palette, because the eyeshadow palettes I showed you just like what they looked like in that video, because I bought all 5 palettes of his new releases. I love his brushes already. 3 of his brushes are like my ride or die brushes. I love his eyelashes. I do have like all of his brushes, but 3 are like ride or die. But yeah, like I have powder, foundation, body bling. I mean, like I've got pretty much everything that he has. It's in my collection. So, but that odor was like punched me in the face. It was so strong. But today it has dissipated. So I don't know if it was just from being like, it's because it was sealed up in this packaging when I unboxed it for you guys. Like it was actually completely sealed. Like it wasn't just open me up. It was, you had to pull the tab off. So I don't know if it had something to maybe do with the way it was sealed and packaged and preserved, because it also had one of those silica little beady things in it. So I'm not sure, but I re-smelled the other palettes that I've already used, and the smell is still there, but I put them back in the sleeve because I just think the sleeve is so beautiful. So I think if you kept them out of the sleeves, the smell will go away in its entirety. And the eyeshadow palette is in a very loose sleeve in comparison to the other palettes. The other palettes are like, and this one is very loose, and there was like next to no scent in this eyeshadow palette, where the other ones are just like sealed and next to impossible to put them back in. So I guess just weigh your options, see if it's something that you want to take the gamble on, and just keep it out of the sleeve. Maybe leave it open for half a day or something and let it ventilate. Take it out of the sealed packaging right away. I left mine in its sealed packaging for a whole week after delivery because I couldn't film with it. And you guys know I love unboxing and being like oohed and awed with you on camera. So I'm happy to report that the eyeshadow palette did not smell at all today when I went to use it, and this is 48 hours after opening it, but keeping it in its sleeve. So I did go with this baby because this is so me. Lips XOXO, gold, even though like I'm dying to also use the color bomb because like obviously I love using color and everything in eyeshadow. I went with the Snatural #1, and oh my gosh, guys, this is going to be Best of Beauty 2019 hands down. The mirror is beautiful. It says, "Be the most beautiful version of yourself." She folds over. You know that I live for a good palette like this. I swatch out the whole palette. The first 3 rows fit on one arm, the last row fits on the other arm. Once I swatched this, I was like, I almost wished I hadn't done all of my complexion and highlighting and all of that first, because I went like gold, champagne and all that, and then this is very icy, and at that point I was like so pot committed to doing something that was in like rose gold and light and champagnes and you know, gold and all of that realm. But oh my gosh, I cannot wait to play with this. This palette is phenomenal. I kid you not, this is actually, dare I say it, potentially better than Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona. This is a huge statement, but it's like the formula is right there with those two, if not better. Now, the reason why I say it's definitely tied with the two, with Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona, but why I think it might be better is because the mattes are literally magical. Like magical. And same with the metallics. You have, and like these two right here are a little bit more of like a top coat type of a situation, but there's enough grip in it. It's not a crumbly chroma crystal mess. It is this beautiful, silky, pigmented, shiny, sparkling, glittering. It's just, that's why I so wanted to use it. Now, today I did use, oh my gosh, okay, okay, first of all, Muted is such a perfect shade for like if you need to just clean up. Like I did my whole base, and then I wasn't planning on doing like a crazy cut crease or anything. I was just gonna do a rounded, blown out, smoky eye. And then I laid down Risque as my first transition shade, and then all you do is like take your first transition brush and just dab it, okay? Like there's no kickback at all. Your brush is so coated, and then you, like at first I was doing this, and then I quickly realized that you just need to dab and add and dab and add. And like then I started doing like double dabs and adding more, and I would just like tilt back and really get up in there for the transition. And before I knew it, I'm like, you know what? I just want to like blow this whole thing out because I want to utilize as much lid space, as much like just as much space as possible with these shadows, because I have goosebumps. Like I literally have chills. I've never worked with a formula like this in my life. And then without dabbing and just blending, there was like zero, I mean zero fallout. I've never had that. Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona, there's still fallout if you're like dabbing in and not doing that with your brush. This one, there's nothing like that. I've never worked with mattes like this. This is like insanely magical, and it's so creamy, buttery, pigmented, smooth, plush, just silky. I literally, I got goosebumps again. Like this palette gives me goosebumps. I don't get goosebumps that often from palettes. Like, you really need to blow me out of the water to like get to Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath level for me to be like, damn. So, and I mean, so, you know, I would dab and then it just, yeah, I have PLouise stain that's not from Pat McGrath, or not from Scott Barnes palette. And it was just like the easiest build up. And then I'd go back in and I'd build a little bit more. And like I'd go back in again and I'd keep building. And like, I know my hand is patchy and there's no base laid down or anything, but I just kept building, and it was unbelievable. And I kept looking at my face. I'm like, there's no fallout. What is happening? I'm not dabbing my brush off. And these are like intense colors. Every single shade swatched out exactly the same. It was totally even in pigmentation. None of them skipped, jumped, were patchy, dry a little bit. Like you would think once you got down to Brick House, which I laugh, I think that was named after Scott, and he should have just, you know, I mean, he's already got his name here. Why not just name a shadow after yourself too? Because I'm pretty sure that's where he was going with Brick House, you know. But, you know, a shade like Brick House and a shade like Boudoir is they're one of those shades, well, two of those shades, that are very difficult to formulate, and they're so easily done poorly, where they're very patchy, they're very dry, there's dryness just in the formula itself, and both of them just swatched so beautifully, and they were equally as creamy, silky, smooth, buttery, pigmented, just all of the above, like everything I just said about the whole palette. And I was like, oh my god, I'm in love. Like I fell in love with the swatches right away. And the swatches are true to color for the pans, which I often find is not the case. Remember, I tell you guys time and time again, swatch your shadows before you do your makeup, and then refer to your swatches when you're doing your eye makeup, because that ends up being like the true to color based on what your arm swatch is, not what you're actually looking at in the pan. And that has held true to me for years. And this probably is one of the first palettes where every shade I worked with was actually true to color for pan, swatch, and what applied to my face. And to me, that's a big deal. Like, that's crazy. That's awesome. That matters. I mean, for that to be a first, when you guys know I have reviewed hundreds of palettes, and I've reviewed hundreds of palettes, and never in my life have had mattes like this. And the smell has gone from like 150% of, oh my god, I can't handle it, to like, I can't smell anything until my nose is like in the pans. And even then, I'm at a point now where I can't smell anything. It's kind of like, no, there's nothing. I think I'm smelling like cardboard at this point because it's been so open for hours and hours and hours now. So the smell in this palette is gone. It's not in the other ones, but in this one it has completely aired out now, just based on first use. So, all right. Muted is a perfect shade for especially like cleanup. I mean, it's an amazing shade if you want to set your lid for your primer or whatever it is. But a trick that I like to do is take a big fluffy brush, and then when there's any kind of cleanup, just kind of clean it up like this when you're doing a smoky blown out look. But it's sometimes nice to have a little extra powder, and not necessarily like a setting powder, but just like a muted eyeshadow. So I think that was perfectly named. So I would take my SoniaG, this is the Detailed Pro, I would just dip into muted, and then I would go under and just clean it up like this, and it was perfection. And if I had to clean up a little bit like this, I would just do that, and I didn't have to do any cleanup until I decided to just kind of add a little bit of glitter. And then there's always glitter fallout, which is not because of this palette, it's just because it's holiday. I went extreme holiday glam glitter. You know, it's me. I'm extra. I'm always extra. That's just how the name of the game goes on this channel. We're extra. So that was perfect. Angelic is such an like UV pink reflect. It is so intense in the most beautiful way possible, and that's one of the prettiest pink shift eyeshadows I've ever seen, because we've seen this kind of a shade time and time again in many palettes, but this one is done right. So I used Saucy, Muted, Laced, Risque, Brick House, Hollywood, Boudoir, Temptation, and Sin. I used a lot of shades, and they were all incredible. And then Femme is this beautiful rich brown with gold sparkle in it. So gorgeous. Oh my gosh. All of these metallics are insanely pigmented on one swatch and so smooth. I'm currently wearing three metallics over top of a PLouise base with 3 little sparkles added over top, and then my liner. So there's a lot happening, but if you were to just take a metallic and swipe it on, these are the type of metallics that like I really have not seen, and they're so pigmented, but they're not going to give any kind of like matured eyes or eyes that have, you know, any kind of wrinkling, creasing, anything like that going on. It's not going to grab at that skin and emphasize it. It's going to leave it smooth. And I know that there's another palette out there that is doing the same thing, but it's not giving the same pigmentation. The metallics are beautiful, and she did a beautiful job, but this is actually like uber pigmented and just blinding and in the most beautiful way, but you're actually getting like a metallic. You're not sacrificing the metallic and for the sake of not enhancing any kind of creasing on your lid. So you're getting just everything that you need in an eyeshadow palette. And you have every transition shade that you need. You can go from day to night so easily. You do have all of your neutrals. You have all of your pops of color. You have sparkle. Like, you truly, this is an all-encompassing palette. You don't need any kind of companion palette. I even showed you guys after I did my wing liner, setting it with Sin. because I usually use my Natasha Denona Blackest Black single for setting my liner to make it as intense black as possible. I've had so many people ask me, especially on Instagram, how do I get it so jet black? And it's the Natasha Denona. But I used Scott Barnes Sin, and it just went from like, it almost made Tom Ford's look charcoal black, and it's not. It's a black liquid liner, and this instantly made it just go jet black, and you guys will see that like transformation of how black it went. But these are just, these mattes are unlike anything. I can see why this took him so many years to develop, and same with these metallics. Like, this is such a special palette. This is definitely Best of Beauty 2019, Best of December hits, like just, but Best of Beauty 2019, hands down. Same with his other 3 palettes, hands down. And now I'm dying to work with the Color Bomb palette as well, because oh my god. But I'm still gonna say it, Scott, this is prettier. This is girlier. But anyway, this is phenomenal. I really can't say much more about it, and I'm not blowing smoke. You guys need to try this. I have nothing bad to say about it. Like, absolutely nothing bad. My bra strap is falling because this is a little bit too wide and it wants to show it off. And now my nail is caught in a thread and it's pulling it. What is happening? But anyway, I'm like, straight up, this is just fantastic. And if you guys can like slowly get your hands on every single palette, I would do so. You guys know my recommendations for his eyeshadow brushes that are total game changers. These are my favorite from him, but my absolute, like, hands down, if you're only able to buy one, is the number 63, because this one is like so beautiful for smoking it out and connecting everything. So this one is just fantastic. The number 62 is so soft and luxe and gets in the crease. You can smoke down in the lower lash line. The number 59 is just so versatile in so many ways. That's how I set my liquid liner today. You can use it for your brows. You can use it for contouring your lips with powder, liquid. I mean, this brush is fantastic. And then his 61 is like perfectly dense in the middle to just carve and carve and carve and carve right in the crease. So I would take I would recommend his eye brushes over his face brushes, because I think his eye brushes are extremely unique and different. And if you can only get one, this one is just, it is so special. It is so special and such a game changer. But this palette just, it blew me away. I was just so, I don't know why I wasn't expecting that after the other 3 face palettes just totally blew me away. But this is amazing. So if you guys want to see swatches, see how to get this eye look, see everything in action, then just keep on watching. You guys, like, I literally have goosebumps, okay? Scott Barnes commented on like a lengthy, thoughtful, wonderful, beautiful, I'm filled with chills, comment on the video that I posted on his contour blush highlight palettes, because I loved the formula so much. Like, for some reason my palettes have a smell to them, and I don't know why, but aside from that smell, you know how much I was loving everything. I'm like, that contour, like the formula, the pigmentation, it is so beautiful. The blushes are my go-to blushes. The highlights are so beaming. I've never seen, and I just finished reviewing Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics highlights, because I'm like, she's also going to be somebody who's going to bring the glow. But even Jaclyn Hill where like I'm glowing and it's wet. I mean, she still doesn't beat Scott Barnes highlights. Like his are just like bam, in your face, like holding the pan up. And then he commented, and then now I just did a quick check on IG, and on his IG he took 2 clips out of my video that I had posted on YouTube. He took a swatch clip and a clip of my face using his products and put it into his IG, and then tagged my name first and then tagged a few other beauty influencers as well. And I'm like so like processing this, like what is this happening? Like holy crap, because like I love Scott Barnes. I mean, I've been following Scott and J-Lo like forever. I mean, I honestly don't know how many years it has been. And when I commented back to Scott on YouTube, I'm like, I'm literally filming complexion products right now, getting ready to use one of your 2 eyeshadow palettes, and I don't know which one. And then I just finished cleaning my brushes, and then I decided that I wanted to use the cute one that had the lips and the XOXO, because this is like so me. And then I'm also so much into color, but I figured I've done so many looks with color lately that maybe I'll do the Snatural first, because I've been giving you guys colored looks, and then on top of that I'm just so drawn into the lips and the XOXO and like the gold, and I mean I just am. And then I saw that on Instagram and I'm like, oh my god. So I'm fangirling, but I did show you guys this briefly during the other 3 palettes, because I mean he dropped 5 palettes. He came out with a bang. I would expect nothing less. I would also love to come out with a bang, but I'm not going to be able to. But oh my goodness. So we are going to get into this. I am so excited. You have a total weight of 0.88 ounces or 25 grams. It is distributed out of LA. It is designed in the USA, and it is made in the People's Republic of China. It is cruelty free. You can have your products made in China and have them be cruelty free as long as they are not sold in China. Just so you guys are not confused by that. So he is a cruelty-free brand. I am so excited and I just can't hide it. I cannot wait to swatch. So this one says, be the most beautiful version of yourself. I love that they all come with big mirrors, and he always has cute little sayings. This one is a very much like everyday palette. It is beautiful. And we are going to swatch all 20 shades? 20 shades. I'm just like so torn. Like I also want to get into the colored one, but we'll probably, I did like such a highlight mixture because I didn't know what I would do, but there's enough in here where there's like champagne and gold and rose golds and reds. Like there's just wow. So I have a lot of swatching to do, and then I'm going to give you close-ups, and then we're going to get to it. I like literally, I don't know what I'm going to do for a look today. I just know that I cannot wait to put my finger in here. You know what? Let's just do one together, because we'll start with Angelic. Oh. Okay, this is like so, ooh, it has that pink shift. This is so creamy, buttery. Okay, I did not get all of the last swatches off of me. And I thought I did, and then now I see that I didn't. And I don't want to mix up any of these colors together. I had swatched out highlights last, and I thought it was all gone, but it is not. Okay, so I guess now that I need to let that makeup remover completely come off. There we go. This is beautiful. This is like almost an ultraviolet pink shift. I don't think you're gonna see it until the close-up. This could double as a highlight in and of its, oh my god. Just ignore me and my mumble jumble. I have that head cold that's going on. I'm filming late. I need to get in a better routine. I have to stop this like filming past midnight thing. It is not working for me. I'm not that girl, but okay, one more together. Saucy, because that was angelic. Now I want to see saucy. Oh my god. Oh, that is smooth. That is smooth, creamy, buttery, plush. We're gonna have fun. Okay, let me go swatch the rest of them because I could just keep doing this because I'm so excited. Guys, by the way, though, the comment, I mean, as amazing as everything is, it is not going to bias me in any way. I mean, you can straight up just see. That was just like, bam, amazing. But it will not bias. You know, I'm gonna keep it real no matter what. Any fallout, kick up, I mean, if anything's not blending properly, if anything is a little bit dry, patchy, whatever, I will tell you everything how it is. Nothing will affect me, my judgment. I mean, I gave you my opinion 100% in the last video about, actually, let me see if the smell has dissipated. It has. You know, okay, hold on. Let me get the other ones out because I haven't had a chance to actually take pictures. I posted that I posted my picture of the contour without taking pictures of the I'm losing it. Okay, it's not as strong, but it's still there. So I think maybe that's something where the smell is just gonna go away with time. But the eyeshadow palette is already like ventilated, I guess you could say. So maybe if I kept my sleeves off, it might help. So that's something good to know. All right, now I'm gonna get to swatching and I will be right back. Okay, honestly, you guys, this palette is magic. I don't know what he did, if it was just that many years in the making, obviously decades in the industry, working with many different formulas, perfecting along the way. This palette is an absolute must-have. It is perfection so far based on swatches. It has everything you need, every single kind of transition shade. It has everything you need from neutrals to kick it up from daytime to nighttime. It has these amazing like sparkly top coat kind of shades in there. The metallics are the smoothest metallics literally ever. The pigmentation is just unbeatable. The smoothness. Honestly, this is probably one of the best palettes of 2019, period. You guys need this in your lives. It is spectacular. Now, this is only the first 3 rows. The fourth row's on my other arm, but on its face, this looks like, you know, just another neutral palette until you have the 4th row, which gives you that like nighttime sauciness, kick it up a notch, but it's not just another neutral palette. This is so special in the most beautiful way imaginable. Every single shade, all 20 of them, swatched incredibly well. There was no patchiness. It is just silky, buttery, plush, cloud-like smooth. I don't think that any single metallic would show any kind of creasing, wrinkles, like emphasize any of that on your lid if you're more mature or just have like anything going on your eyelids. I believe that this will enhance your natural beauty. I really can't wait to start working with it. I just don't know what color story I want. I just did like a fiery look, but I think I'm kind of gonna have to go along the same lines again because the metallics are all kind of fiery with the exception of the really smoky ones, which is the last row, and unfortunately I did not go icy with my highlight because I just remember this palette really vaguely being like a neutral one. But anyway, first row we have Angelic. Now you can see that more like ultraviolet pink coming through. It's so beautiful, saucy. I mean, I can't say how gorgeous and beautiful all these are going to be because they all are. And he has like such awesome names for so many of them. Muted. This is an amazing, I know, I'm sorry, transition shade, or just simply to set your lid if you need to set your concealer on your lid or whatever kind of primer you're using. Even if you need to just kind of touch up along the way, like on your face, if you have some fallout. I'll kind of show you guys that if we need to, what I'm talking about. Brazen, so delicious. And then Laced, that's the first row. Second row we have Retro, then Woody. What kind of Woody are we talking about, Scott? Then Vintage, that is so pretty too. Like it's kind of that rosy, undertoned, just beigey, I don't know, it's just such a delicious transition shade. I love it. Then Starlet, yep, Risque, I love, and that's the second row. Then third row, Brick House, that should just be called Scott. Then we have Siren, Foxy, I love it, Hollywood, love, Boudoir, I love the name and the shade. Like I just somehow, I need to work with Boudoir. I think I need to work with like Hollywood, probably some Laced. I don't know, I want to work with all of them. Let me switch arms for you really quickly. Now this row is so special. So we have Temptation, and then we have Silver Screen. Now Silver Screen kind of acts like a topper, but it is not crumbly. It's not sparkly and sparkles going like, well, sorry, it's sparkly. It doesn't have like sparkles just going everywhere and everywhere and everywhere. It is fantastic. It has the perfect amount of grip while just being like this amazing sparkle formula, and same with this shade. So I'm in love with this. I wish I would have like just swatched the palette out first before going in with like my whole complexion, because we need to work with this. Like we need to work with this baby. And then we have, oh my God, Femme. It has the ever so slight gold sparkle in it. It is so beautiful. Nightcap, again, that same kind of topper. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And then Sin. I'm in love. I'm in love. So I'm gonna try to figure out where to start because I literally want to use all 20 shades, and then we're gonna get to it. Alright, I just quickly tight-lined and waterlined using my Dose of Colors eyeliner in the shade Crushed. It is a very intense purple, but I also want to smudge a color underneath my waterline, and And you guys know I have this Melt Cosmetics book of eyeliners, and I really can't decide which one. And this isn't even all of my eyeliners. This is just one book. And I'm having a hard enough time as it is looking at these ones trying to decide. The life of having too many options. It really is a thing. I know you guys are probably shaking your heads, but I'm telling you, it's actually a problem. This one is broken and I kind of want to use it. Urban Decay, the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Wild Side. So now I'm going to have to sharpen her. Scott, can you please come out with eye pencils next? Please. Oh, I have like a huge collection of Linda Hellberg's. Why are you so broken? What did I do to you to deserve that? Of Linda Hellberg's, like, kits of them too that I have in a box that I haven't even had a chance to open up yet. Okay, if this doesn't work, I'm on the search for Linda Hellberg's, because this seems like it somehow got dried out. The cap was loose. I'm gonna have to break the tip. Yo, whoa. I don't think any guy wants to hear break the tip. Oh! I just put my nail in sin. That's a sin. That makes me so sad when I wreck a shadow like that. I mean, I'm never gonna hit pan, but still, that's sad. Okay, I wanna make sure I'm in focus because I've moved the camera. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna get out of focus, so we're good. All right, so starting with my Carity E31, I love starting with this guy to lay down a base. It's great. I'm gonna go into Risque, boom, and just start building the crease and above. There's no kickback. This looks beautiful. I don't even know if I'm gonna have to tap off the shadows with how creamy these are. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Wow. Guys, there's like nothing. No kick up. Now you know I don't contour my nose because I have an itty bitty nose from my mama. But I always love bringing shadow all the way down because that kind of acts as like connecting it almost to the nose, even though I then re-amp up my highlight as well. But that is a trick that can help slender your nose even more if you do bring the eyeshadow all the way down. And guys, holding your brush all the way back is another way that you want to apply your shadow and barely applying any pressure. And I'm not tapping off the brush. This is unbelievable. There is no fallout. There's no kickback. It is just pure, delicious creaminess. This is insane. Like, truly. I wasn't gonna blow it out all the way. I was gonna do more of a rounded eye today, but like, I'm just gonna say it. These are easier to work with than even Natasha Denona shadows because the pigmentation is there, the blendability is there. It is so easy to work with, and there's like no fallout. Like, I don't even understand it. I mean, you guys are witnessing this. That's crazy. You can get right in box. Look at that. That's such a smooth, just... I was expecting a great palette. This is just... like, I don't understand. I honestly don't understand what's happening. I really don't. And you guys know I do not go watch other reviews. I refuse to, so I'm not biased. I don't know what to expect. But now taking my MAC 212, I'm gonna go into Temptation and get that nice and tight to the lower lash line. Now you guys know this is one of my favorite brushes of all time. I have recommended it to you time and time again, and I've told you guys it is literally a game changer. This is the Scott Barnes number 63 brush. I don't know why I don't have 63 memorized, as I use this brush like in almost every tutorial. I have a backup. I might even have 2 backups. Like, this brush is everything. So now I'm going back into Risque. And I'm gonna smoke out the lower lash line. Let's just go extra smoky. I'm loving this color. We'll be cleaning it up and doing a cut crease, if you guys haven't figured that out yet. See, along the way, if you get a little bit of mess up, you just take a clean, fluffy brush. This is a SoniaG Detailed Pro. And it very easily just wipes away. Oh, this is where you could take a shade like Muted, because it would also help brighten and wipe away. See how that just cleaned it up really nicely? Normally I would just save this for the last step, but I just wanted to show you guys now. So I'll do more cleaning up. I'm gonna just go a little bit more with Risque. And I like making my highlighter always part of my eyeshadow under the brow bone, not really like to just lift the brow bone because I'm just such a highlight fiend. So I will go back in and like touch up down here with some highlight to clean up and do that kind of thing too. But I wasn't planning on dragging it out. Normally when I drag out my eyeshadow, I like to do my eyeshadow first, but this color was just so delicious that I couldn't really help it. So what do I want to do next? Brick House, Scott Barnes. That's what that name should be. Do I want to use Scott Barnes brush? I think so. Okay, we're gonna take the Scott Barnes number 62 and go into Brick House. Now, a nice trick is to lay your brush flat on the side rather than just point, and then go in with that side that has all the eyeshadow on it and then layer down. So soft. And then I'm gonna take my Esom T37, go into Brick House, and pull it out a little bit. And then going back in with the Scott Barnes number 63 and Brick House. I'm gonna smoke out the lower lash line. This no fallout is insane. Now taking my Scott Barnes number 61 brush, this gets it nice in the crease. I'm gonna go into a boudoir because I can't help but work with a beautiful plummy shade like that. And get this nice in the crease. And then again, taking the number 63 brush. And the Esom. Alright, I'm gonna do something a little bit scary and crazy, but I'm just gonna go for it. Saucy has like a reddish undertone. So I'm gonna take the PLouise base in Base Ink Brights in Rude Boy Red and do a cut crease with this. I've never done the red. Wish me luck. And then I'm going to lay Saucy completely over it. And then I think Hollywood on the inner and outer and laced in the middle. I don't know. We're gonna start with the cut crease and putting Saucy over top. This is the PLouise. I don't want to do it like this, or do I want to do it like this? Damn it. Now I don't know which way I want to do my cut crease. If I want to get fancy or not. Hubby just came home. I can hear the garage door open. Give me a second to think. I'm not sure which way I want to do my cut crease yet. Alright, so I'm going to do like the full on cut crease. So taking the PLouise base on the back of my hand. She's red. I'm nervous. I'm going to take my Sigma cut crease E62. I'm going to dip it on both sides so I can easily flip the brush back and forth. And then we're just gonna get going. Now taking my MAC 242, we're gonna go into Saucy and lay that down all over. Oh, it made it like from this tone to like a rose gold. It's so pretty. But I still want to work with like Hollywood and lace, even though it doesn't need it. Maybe instead of popping halo, like doing a halo, I'm just stubborn and I want to work both fucking shades. I know I don't need to, but okay, I'm gonna change my game plan here. We're gonna take laced. Yeah, we're gonna put her on the inner corner instead. And then we're gonna take Hollywood. And then just fade it out. And I'm gonna go back into laced, marry them. So I switched my game plan up, but I'm still very happy with how this is turning out. Now I did not have fallout because I just went in, but look how that just kicked away. Nothing's left. And you know we're not done yet. Oh my gosh, but now I don't know what to do on the bottom lash line yet, as I just kind of like figured that out. So I'm gonna go do the other eye and I will be right back. All right, I just took my Tom Ford eye defining pen and lined my lashes, or did my liner. So now I'm going to take my Scott Barnes number 59 brush and dip into Sin. Ordinarily, I take my Natasha Denona Black is Black single pan eyeshadow to just darken it even further, but we're gonna use this baby. See how darker that, how much like blacker and darker that makes it. I love doing that trick to just darken up every single eyeliner that I use. Everybody's always like, how do you get your eyeliner so black? I'm like, well, I don't just use eyeliner. So now I'm going to take the JD Glow Cosmetics liquid gel liner in Empire. I'm gonna go in a little bit more, but I think I need to let it dry. It's not plain bald, let me layer that just a little bit more. I know you guys didn't think we were done playing there. So now I'm gonna take the Makeup Forever Starlit Diamond Powder in number 111 on my Esom W21 brush. Wet the brush first. Or that was a horrible idea and it doesn't want to pick up at all. I'm going to put this on the inner corner. Okay, can we play ball? Alright, you guys saw me switch midway through to a Starlit Diamond Powder in 101. The 111 turned very, very pink, which is not what I was looking for. I really wanted to still keep that champagne, which when I swatched it, it just looked like it was going to be glitter. So I don't know why it went so pink on me, and now I have this like color that kind of took away from the champagne that I had going on. So now I'm at like stalemate. Do I go back in with some of the champagne, or my next plan was to take Pat McGrath, the gold 007, and put that in the center. Or maybe I just kind of mix it over the two, and then that kind of takes away from like all the other work that I did underneath. I'm not really sure. So I'm still liking the look. It's just that now you can't really see all of the shadow work that I did underneath, all of that cut crease, the PLouise base, and all of that, which is kind of annoying at the same time. I don't know, maybe I'll try the Pat McGrath Crystalline first. And I'm taking the JD Glow Cosmetics. I'm going to put a little bit on the lower lash line. Now I'm going to take some Too Faced GlitterPOP Peel Off Eyeliner in Lucky Edge and go over the JD Glow on both. Alright, I am going to let this dry. I think that we are done playing. I have to put on mascara and some falsies. I was going to put on Scott Barnes, but they have seemed to run away. I do have a few pair. I don't know where they currently are. And then I've got a bunch here, and I'm pretty sure mixed in here are some Scott Barnes lashes, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna figure out some lashes while everything else dries down, and then I will be right back to film my intro. My hair will be done. I will have actual not filming shirt on and, you know, be presentable. So I will see you guys in a little bit. I just realized that I never told you guys my lip combo. So I have lined my lips in the Pat McGrath Labs Perma Gel Ultra Lip Pencil in Buff. And I'm really back into lining my lips and liquid lips and all of that again. I'm going through a phase. I used Huda Beauty's Liquid Matte in Sugar Mama. And it was a really nice, just like nude. And then because I'm kind of like pumpkin-y, sparkly, I took the ABH, it was like a perfect match, gloss in, the lip gloss in Sunset Strip, and put that over top. And I'm wearing the Lily Lashes for Sephora in Barcelona. So that is the combo that I never got a chance to let you guys know about. So I will link corresponding videos down below on, one is a dedicated highlight video because it is the Jaclyn Hill collection. And then another one is gonna be complexion. So, and then it also includes contour and blush because I wanted to dedicate like the highlight for Jaclyn Hill like as that her own. So those will be coming in, and I'll be linking and doing all of that goodness as I edit and upload. So that is it for this video. Please thumbs it up if you liked it. Please share it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys. Hey Fawn Fam! Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hey, what's up? My name is Tanya, and thank you all so much for joining in and watching this video. As always, there will be timestamps listed. Oh my god, I can't film this late at night! Action.